After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of trucking, but as my train pulled into the station at Bella, a whole year. It felt like I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most Bella Riva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish. My parents took this after I made my first repair. Seems like a lifetime ago. Looking forward to taking more close-ups of my fingers with this. I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. My favorite overalls. These will never go out of style. I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman, at your service. Finally, I'd made it to Bella Riva. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to. My parents never wanted me to go. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and my story in Bella Riva. It was my first morning in Bella Riva, and I couldn't in the main square, meanwhile. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bella Riva. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake. When I felt someone, it was a little girl. Maybe 7 years old.
My tape is broken and I tried to fix it myself.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
Why did you do that?
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight. Good night, my darling.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever. It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious. She seemed like a happy kid, but the part I wouldn't be able to. My first repair complete, I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel, and the address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man.
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up. My father's statue. It survived 100 years in it. Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks. Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label. Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together? Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working.
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. My second day in Bellariva dawned bright. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cat, her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't know.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up. At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special life. Can you see if you can figure out what... You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it. Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up. There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go? There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go? When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off.
That's if I can pay my phone bill, anyway.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while as she talked, Carmen became more and more.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in... You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just...
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee.
Actually, I might have another job.
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I was about to set out when I received an unexpected curious. I took the creaking elevator up to the woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of... So this was Carmen's sister? Inside her room, I saw a beautiful wreath.
The viewfinder is completely dark. You need the manual. I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror. Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working. I felt a pang of envy as I handed.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris.
I had no idea what 3 months sat. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same. She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least as sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call...
That didn't sound good. The sun was setting over Bellariva by the time I reached Carmen.
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. If Helena
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension.
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke.
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components, so there was supposed to be a sign outside.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets here. I think the whole thing is supposed to light up. I don't know, it's a bit, flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
Great idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up. It still needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
It works! I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set. The sign fixed, we headed outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
That's perfect!
The smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my...
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually...
Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but finally pausing in the doorway, she turned, and with that, she disappeared. It was the day before the festival, and the whole town was busy getting ready. I'd barely reached their front door when I heard something. It was Izzy, peeking out from the... She led me through to a beautiful...
You have to squeeze past it and breathe in real...
I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today. On the table inside, there was an electronic toy.
Can you fix it for me? Do grown-ups play games as well? Can you show me how to play? I tried before, but it was so hard.
Her toy fixed, I watched Izzy retreat into its screen, taking Well, I'd better head inside. Your dad is. Why would he think that? Izzy looked down, scuffing her.
My dad said I have to go to this stupid festival tomorrow.
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush and It made me think. Had I really? I was so focused on the adventures. Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, it was only then I noticed my favorite overalls. I was, repairing, totally embarrassed. I walked. You must be so busy getting ready for the festival.
I'll be declaring the best chef in Bella Riva. I'll have a tight schedule to follow. Are you sure it will all fit back together?
Ah, the main plate has completely cracked. I'll need to replace it. The cogs look good, though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
As I handed the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when as I left, I turned and saw him pacing. I hoped it's quiet. When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was...
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you.
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but it definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more up...
We're having a clear out. Or at least I am. Can't she says she has nothing when there's all this stuff. Look at this slide projector. Up.
Light bulb is completely smashed. Okay, I'll need to redirect the light, the lens at the top for the projector to work.
Typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here. I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad. Here's the clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around.
I should make sure I screw everything back together.
I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister. She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
Helena was transfixed, staring.
And that's the problem. Common things, I'll throw my checkbook at her. You know, the funny thing is, I came here.
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gate.
I know I have to tell her.
The day of the festival finally came, and after the competition would start any minute. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who...
Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up.
Carmen was stirring so furiously, she was in danger of tipping the pot over. She wasn't really going to ask...
I have a stove ready to build it.
It all fits. Now to light the gas. I think that pot is really boiling now. Smells great if I say so myself. Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first? Oh, her recipe is a bit smudged. Never mind, I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine. That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve. My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches.
That was so tasty. Can I?
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in...
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why? When she wants what's best for you, she's just not very tactful.
I just wish she hadn't lied to me.
The festival finished. I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen.
Maria! Maria! My favorite sushi.
Even Helena was there, serving the coffee. Carmen led me through to a balcony.
She was selling her camera to clear the cafe's debts. I wanted to give her this. Do you think it has one?
Okay, let's see what happens when we turn this on. Here's the problem. This wiring isn't connected properly. If I turn the volume up, I should be able to hear it now. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. That's the speed dial connected. Now we should be able to change it. I think that should do it. This record should play beautifully. It's spinning the wrong way. How can I get it to play in the right direction? What must be to do it? Let's see if one of these spares can turn things. Well, it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning at the correct speed.
What will
There's still a part I
remain
need
of
to
these
attach.
days? The sweet I've ever heard. What will remain of the smiles?
Still a few parts missing. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
What will remain of these days? The sweetest words
The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear. As she appeared, leaning over the music, they looked just... Carmen told me about your camera.
I'm going to stay here with her for a while.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't... I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just... The silence between... My final morning in Bella Riva. When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of...
You've made quite the impression. Isabel, she could. She's a brilliant child.
Inside, the house was...
It's a music box. I'd love for it. Maria, could you add this family picture of us?
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it. Perfect. The mechanism is good as new. think that's everything back together again. I should play it to make sure.
My wife used to sing this song to Izzy each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so tight? Know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight. I've missed so much already. I want to be the father my wife wanted me to. I've ended up so much like my daughter comes first.
I'll never ever get bored of you.
She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. Joseph was a good father, and I could my time in Bella Riva. My time in Bella Riva was the people I'd met, the eye pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed as I packed. Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does. Joseph's idea of light reading for the train. It does look thorough. My train ticket. Can't believe it's time to leave Bella Riva behind. The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life. My suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to Helena and Carmen's reunion was Joseph had realized he shouldn't let they'd each learned to see things from. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train. Did I even remember their number? Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
Luckily, she's always running round, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her she misses the city, though. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment. It got me thinking, I'm an award. Of course, ordering a new coffee. I saw Maria use her screwdriver a million times. Taking this apart will be easy. These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them. I'll need to connect all the pipes correctly to stop the steam pouring out. Finally, no more steam. Finally, no more steam. Finally, no more steam. Finally, no more steam. I think that's everything. Better test the buttons, just to make sure. All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think. Smells delicious. Now to make it look magical. A perfect coffee. All it needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's favourite biscuits. I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human. Always the connoisseur. She didn't even... When she finally spotted it, I'll admit, she spent several... She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess it made me realise how much I have to thank you.